places are richer in tradition, more steeped in nostalgia than this old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, and the scarlet and gray have this place rocking already. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida Gators, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Gators will kick it away to start. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Line gets set, first down. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Fires to the big fella. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
This offense looking at a 3rd down after that last completion. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd. And then pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let them get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Going with the ground game left. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are 2 conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5.
This guy's got a lot of tools in his toolbox, toting the rock, man. He showed you right there. And when I think back to Florida running backs, Emmitt Smith, all-time great. But a guy I played with in Gainesville, Fred Taylor. He was so big, but so fast for a guy his size. He just caused so many problems for the defenses we face. And I think in the SEC today, you have got to be able to run the football if you're going to win games. And this guy right here, he's going to give the Gators a chance.
He'll pull it on the read. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Not much he can do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
Yeah, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer ones.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Off the play fake. Dances away to buy time. The receiver was doubled and they picked it off. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks in the back end. He's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
They'll throw it on first down. Makes a connection. He was smelling that end zone when they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of him. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy, making an accurate throw.
Goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time we see the guys a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah.
Going deep. And that will be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Runs through the tackle. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Taking it the other way. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback thrown over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick six.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. We've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They'll run it. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. The Gators are in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
He gets a block. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
And you toss the ball to your running back to get him on the edge and try to get some space, but my goodness, there wasn't any space. He broke one tackle, but still wasn't enough. More guys coming after him really fast. They got to give him a little bit more space to do some more damage.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Some heat on that completion. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude, in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set it off and then bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this offense is so impressive.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Ohio State 14, Florida 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
They go to the ground. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Quarterback will audible. Motion from the offense. They want to run it left here. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Balls and fired complete. Makes him talk to the hand. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the 1st down. third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Shakes off the defender. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Buckeyes line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And in that situation, the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
It's simple, but it's not easy. You know, you miss some of these throws and you see the ball not go near the wide receiver, but a lot of times it has to do with the bottom half of the quarterback. And are his feet set where now he can start to move towards where he wants to throw the football, and you could tell his feet weren't set and he was drifting a little bit.
The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This offense has converted twice on third down on this drive. A third time would put him in the end zone. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to... to the field to score a touchdown.
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Well, he won't have any problem with the distance, but the angle could be a different story from the left. And this one splits the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Arguably the game of the week, fellas, with 2 top 25 teams locking horns. North Carolina is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Ramses isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by a field goal over Notre Dame. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Skips away from pressure. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Looking for more room. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Buckeyes. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point in the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their roles, and he made the pick. No reason seem to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Comes out throwing on first down. Going over the top. And he's got it at the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Ohio State. Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
When these offenses get in the rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
31-0.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The give to the back. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Smashes through. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Used the play fake. Now to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
That is not good news for this offense, guys. I mean, the defense only brought 3 on that play, and they were still able to get after the quarterback. This O-line has got to play with.
The incompletion brings up a 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Harmon. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Now facing a 3rd and long.
Tuna. Pound 55 wheat. Tuna.
From the gun, wants to pass. And they got him for the sack.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field. And we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
On the move, it's Hansen. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll go to the counter. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Zings it complete to the right. At the 20, he's got space. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This late in the half, you're behind. You love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Pocket starts to collapse. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve his field position.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. Because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. The give to the tailback. Is working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive.
Yeah, the first possession. Your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions that you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe it.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Looking for a man. It's Harmon. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
That's the problem when you go empty, right? As a quarterback, you know you might get blitzed, and if you do, you better know where your hot throw is. If you don't, you're getting sacked. That time the linebacker got to.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. Finds us back in the middle. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Man, he had to get rid of that thing. I don't even think he had time to find the laces, but he picks up the first down.
Yeah, that's a great job. You know, 3rd and short, the defense is bringing pressure. He sees the pressure, gets the football out, and gets just enough for the first down.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Now improvising. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Movement here from the tight end. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Really good job by the defense, understanding third down situation in the game. They play a little bit deeper, take away the sticks, react to shorter. I got to go get him on the ground now. Nice job making the tackle, but playing the down and distance first, and now forcing a fourth down.
And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down. They were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Hands it off. Bulls his way forward. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
Man, I just love physical backs that break tackles and get those extra yards and show that toughness for him.
He's so hard to get on the ground, David. He plays with great pad level and also has phenomenal balance for a running back.
They're trying to get to it. Breaks the tackle. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
You know, this defense really has to play east-west in this game. They've got a lot of guys running sideline to sideline because of how this offense is attacking them. And you saw it on that play on the jet sweep.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal.
Pound 55 weak. Go!
They'll try to power it in. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
A loss of 8 yards on the play. It's now 4th and goal.
So they'll send out the field goal unit. After making his first field goal, he'll try to put up another with a shorty from 26. It is good. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Sending the offense back to work. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive.
Gonna let it fly. He's got it on the left. Afterburner's coming. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Gator.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The offense lining up for a first down play. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Loses 3. Brings up 2nd down.
Okay, ready?
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13.
29 Philly. Terrier.
Wide out in motion. On second down, he'll fire. Trying to make magic with his feet. On the move at the 30. And he slides after picking up the first down, but there is a penalty flag. Let's see who it's against. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Finds a crease at the 20. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very good.
And the ball squirted out. And the defense has got in there trying to pick up some yards.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, but man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming, you really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the ball.
Second down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. To the air. It's Harmon. Moving away from pressure. He's looking on the right side. It's a big stride inside the 10. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal.
And man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. And that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot and to a wide open receiver.
The Gators headed quickly to the line. Wants to fire on second down. Coming after it. Looking for the score. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
And it's so hard to get these guys on the ground. They're such good athletes nowadays, and you can see, had a chance to wrap him up, but he's so elusive. He gets out of the tackle, still forces the
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Florida.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Troy overcame a tough opponent, and not only that, a raucous crowd. The Trojans tuned out all the noise and showed this team can win on its field, your field, or a neutral field. Well done. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And you gotta love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up on somebody else, it's never going to be a cornerback. That's not going to happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated, now I'm going to go attack and make some plays.
Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter play. With the speed.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to throw on second down. Feeling some heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Let's see what call they have on third and long from the 28. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On third down, going up top. Soft spot in the middle. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. The Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming. Out of the gun, they give to the back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The quick out. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback can go in the other direction.
And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Ohio State! And the beatdown has ensued. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from this offense. Look, last week you found a way to win a close game. That's what you're supposed to do. But this offense looks like they're taking it to the next level, hitting their stride a little bit, finding out who they're going to be, and they've looked explosive today.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. At the 35, he's got room. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
They're going to go right back to him on first down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Leaves it with the back. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit and throw the football around.
Give to the running back. Got room at the 35. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
They came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running if they're going to win.
Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23.
Small game, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Delivers the stiff arm. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. And the Gators want to move quickly. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Second and goal for this offense. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
The pressure ramps up on 3rd and goal. It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. A fourth quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal. He will not pick up the first down. The desperation play, and that one might have sealed their fate.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now, you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they've put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
So close to paying off the tip. Really had it in his hands. But it falls incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but like, let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but like, let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Got his man downfield. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, and they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to coordinate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offense a success on 3rd down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Looks like the offense will just take a knee. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.